tuned, guys. Let me know if you guys have any questions. So again, it's your boy Cobe Rise.
Coming for you, coming for you, coming for you, coming for you.
Oh Lord, do not forget the gorillas. Everyone know we the realest, a bunch of go-getters. I bet you can tell I'm the illest. You don't need your fingers to feel it. You know I can straight spit, knock you out with a late hit. Feel like I'm the one, like I'm Neo, but this is the real life, not the Matrix. I'm about to go ape shit.
What it do? What it do? What it do? It's your boy Cobe Rise, and Rise, we are back at it again with a banger, y'all. We are back at it with a banger. We have some viral truths we have got to talk about, man. This community we have got to discuss. It has come to a point where we are now denying the truth, talking junk, and talking down on the truth without accountability. And we're going to speak about it. What's going on, my dog, Kevin? What's going on? So we're going to continue with the show, continue with the introduction. I wanted to give you a breakdown because, yes, it is a real thing. The truth will set you free. You dig? We're going to keep this thing going. Cobe Rise and Rise.
Ain't no gotta roll out. I know gotta roll out, yeah. I know gotta roll out, yeah. I roll on to
What's going on, man? What's going on? Yes, it is your boy Cobe Rise and Rise. You dig in a real way. What's going on, y'all? Listen, I don't know about y'all. I had an amazing day today. I mean, I really had a great day today. You dig what I'm saying? Shout out to Charmaine in the building, man. What's going on? We got a lot to discuss. Now, do you see the post that I sent you about like sugar and stuff? It's a real thing. It's a real thing. So we're gonna discuss a little bit of that. We're also gonna get into a few IG reactions, and that's really today's topic. But before we get into it, man, first and foremost, shout out to Queen City Organics. Let me just do a round of applause real quick for the brand, Queen City Organics. I'm gonna tell you why. But before we do, man, shout out to the co-host of the show, man. In the building, in the Jabardi tribe. You dig? Shout out to the co-host of the show. We got Brittany. We have Ernest in the building. You dig? So we have a couple of huge topics today. We're gonna discuss sugar. We're gonna discuss protein. We're gonna discuss these viral videos because I don't know about y'all, but it's been a lot of viral videos on fitness. It's a lot of things that's being said. Is protein actually protein? Is there such thing as a good quality protein? What happens when you intake protein? What's up with fat loss? Does strength training help you age better? Does walking help you? And does telling the truth result into death threats. I mean, this is some real stuff that we're talking about, man. So shout out to my man Jabari in the middle, man. What's going on, big dog? Everything is well, and I hope you're doing great. Man, listen, you might have to join in on the topic, man. We're gonna discuss a few things, man. I got my guy Chris Martin. He's gonna be hopping on the show this weekend. You dig? So we're just trying to get a few kinks ran up, man. But we're gonna react to his video because he had a viral video that on his IG page. Go look at it. It's C Marty Fit, where there was a video about an HBCU specifically, and it had a lot of dancing and you know how you go to these HBCUs and they have the football games going on, they have the dance crew, they have the band going back and forth. And unfortunately, there was a lot of big back activity going on at this specific event, you know, and of course he discussed this, and I don't think that people took it quite to his take on it. You dig? And it's really interesting to see this play out the way that it did. But without further ado, man, I'm gonna show the video on my my IG, on my YouTube. So if you are on IG and if you want to see the video, go to my YouTube at Rise and Rise Academy. I'm gonna post, or I'm gonna show the video here. Let me know if you guys can hear it. If you're unable to join on YouTube, and if you can listen to it on IG, you can listen to it. Let me know. Just give me a thumbs up if you can actually hear it. But I'm actually gonna just really show this video real quick, man. And I want you guys to let me know your thoughts because we have a lot to discuss. This stuff is getting out of hand. I think that he was dead on point on his reaction, and it's very interesting. But I want you guys to listen to it and let me know what you guys think about his video, man. This video is going viral. It's at over 500,000 views on YouTube, and it's a lot about him speaking about the big back activity that he's showing. So just listen to the video and let me know what you think. Let me see if you guys can hear it. I don't think you guys can hear it. Give me a second while I fix it on my side. Here we go. All right.
High blood cholesterol university. What is going on here? And they sitting down between reps taking a break. I ain't never seen no cheerleaders do that. They talking about, well, they conditioned though. Yeah, they conditioned to eat big bag food before they performance. What did they have? Grease and sugar. BBW University. They go to FU, Fluffy University. TTU, Thick University. OOBU, Out of Breath University. HBU, Hard Breathing University. They talking about leave them alone. They 18 to 22. Yeah, size 22. This is too young. I don't care what y'all say. And these are adults. They better get it together because in 20 years, what's this going to turn into? Y'all can get mad at me, but you know I'm going to tell the truth, and you know I got it.
Man, listen, y'all. I don't know if y'all heard that or not, man. But long story short, if y'all didn't see the video, please go to my YouTube, man. And you can check the video out there. But if you can see these dancers, right? You know, here go to HBC, they have these dancers. All the dancers are overweight. And if you check the comments out, look at the comments about this, about what he's getting. Incoming fat shaming activists and filling coddlers. Sad that you won't see any other cheerleaders sitting in the stands. That was an actual cheer move. Please take better care of yourself, young ladies, and it only gets worse with age and time, which I agree. So if you know, in college, most of these ladies are really young. They're under 25-ish range. And what he's speaking about is the fact that they're already overweight / or obese, right? But I'm seeing a lot of issues where he's getting a lot of not great feedback. And it's mind-boggling to me because he's not wrong. He's actually speaking the truth. He's speaking the truth about what's going on, and we need to do better. So they did not take kindly to what he's saying. But there's also a lot of people that were backing him up on this. Where was the lie? But a lot of people are saying it's too much. Like this one chick right here says, all right, now too much. Now, I'm not understanding what they mean by too much. Maybe because he was going in, he was making jokes about it, but he wasn't wrong on the breakdown. But why does he have to have these bad results to come behind that, right? I thought it was actually pretty funny, but it's unfortunate that we have haters. And I want to bring it back to fitness because it's a real thing. There will be haters no matter what you do. You can do some great things in life. You can do whatever. There's always going to be haters. You dig? But why call being accountable? Listen, if what you're speaking about is accountability, if he's trying to make them be accountable for what they're showing, that's not hating. Okay. We have to find a line of speaking the truth. The truth is they're overweight. The truth is they should lose weight. And is he joking about it? Yes. But how is that hating? Where I don't see the lie, I don't see the issues, but the fact that he's getting this type of hate is crazy. One comment says, so we still hating on the big girls. I don't understand how that's hating on. Well, let's peel it back a little bit. I don't think it's okay for our community to continue to promote this type of behavior. I don't think it's conducive, because I think we have been speaking about this community long enough. I always bring up the movie Soul Food. Soul Food promoted eating unhealthy, and it showed the results of eating unhealthy early. So in my line of work, it should be conducive that we should be better off and eat better food, so that way we're not continuing on the bad paths that we see today. So if in our community, if most of us are overweight, then we should do something about it. We should not condone continuing on an overweight lifestyle due to the results that we're getting in the community. This is why I brought up the sugar. This is why I brought up the sugar content, and I want to show it one more time, because I sent it to one of my followers, and it was a real thing. Not condone. It was crazy. Let me see if I can find that reel. It was insane. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can get right with this, man. So let me see if I can find it. Here it is. Here it is right here. Let me show it on the screen so you guys can see it. Now, it says education. For more education, the more sugar you eat, the more depressed you'll be. The more sugar you eat, the more depressed you'll be. Studies show, analyzing 180,000 UK biobank participants, researchers categorized individuals into three groups based on their dietary preferences with the sweet tooth. Groups showing not only higher depression rates, but also elevated instances of type 2 diabetes and heart conditions. The study utilizes artificial intelligence to correlate the food choices with biological markers, showing the major impact of sugary diets on the overall health. And what they're saying is the study published reveals that the higher sugar consumption is associated with a 31% increase of depression. 31% increase of depression. Come on, man. Shout out to my boy Mims in the building, man. Good evening, man. Listen, good evening, brother. We have got to talk about the truth, man. And the truth will set us free. You dig? Shout out to my man Jabari, man. He says we can't continue to push unhealthy stuff out here, man. I totally agree. We cannot continue to push this overeating. We cannot continue to push being overweight or making it okay to be overweight. We have got to speak against that, because it's a culture that we do want to change. We do need to make sure that we're speaking against the current culture that we're doing that's holding us back. And what's holding us back is most of us in our community, we're overweight. So we need to speak against being overweight so we can make that change into becoming more sufficient in our weight loss journey. Shoot, the Boondocks did a brief parody on Soul Food. Yep, I seen that too. And they hit it dead on the hammer. I do agree that we need to do We need to do better as a community in promoting healthy habits. See, and I agree. And this is the whole point. We want to promote healthy eating. So we do have to make sure we're speaking against. We have to speak against the bad in our culture. It's unfortunate that the bad in our culture is linked with some fun in our culture. And we need to get out of this mentality, because that mentality of having fun and condoning bad behaviors with the fun is what's holding us back. Prime example, you going out here smoking and drinking in the clubs. We promoting this, gang culture. These things hold us back. So we need to speak against the activity that pulls us back as a community. Now, bringing it back to fitness, the overweight condonement and linking it to having fun, let's just say in an HBCU type of way, that's going to hold us back. So we need to speak against it. We need to show a healthy side of the community. We need to have healthy looking women. We need to have healthy looking men as an overall, so we can promote our image as better, but not only our image. We can now promote a more healthy look. Prime example, I do this show to speak a lot about plant-based. There's not a lot of good that comes from plant-based. You hear a lot of attacks that come on plant-based, and you don't see enough fun coming from vegan or plant-based. And there's actually a lot of bad that comes with that too, the stigma. All you see is a lot of underweight, skinny, bland food and people that's promoting this plant-based lifestyle. And it doesn't necessarily have to be that. I'm a prime example. I'm a black guy that's cut up, gaining the weight, and I'm plant-based. So I'm giving you the tools and I'm giving you a different image and approach, because you're not going to see a lot of people that look like me that's going to promote a plant-based lifestyle. And that's something that I want to make sure I show, because again, it also helps our community if I'm giving you the solution to the problems that I see. And a lot of the problems that I do see is we overeat due to a lot of issues that come with our community, such as stress. And we also eat and overeat because we're told to overeat. I'm gonna give you an example. When I grew up, my grandmother and grandpa, and and I'm not saying them specifically, but growing up from what I see, we always saw that we made sure that we ate good. No matter where you went, everybody said, make sure you eat. Make sure you eat. Finish your plate. Don't you throw away food. You finish everything on your plate. And more than likely, they filled your plate up. Back then, the food was different, number one. Number two, back then, we did not have an overconsumption of food that we do, or an overabundance of food that we do now currently. Because back then, they didn't eat as much at all. So when you did get a chance to eat, you made sure you ate. You don't continue to overeat. And not only are you overeating, you're also overeating on lower quality foods, because nowadays we have more high processed foods than we did back then as well. So you're overindulging in high processed foods, not knowing this. Shout out to the host of the show. We just spoke about different ingredients in different countries of the world. For example, Heinz 57. They have a different ingredient overseas than the Heinz 57 we do here, just like McDonald's. Their ingredients are different overseas than they are over here. Why? Because here in the US, we have a higher consumption of a higher processed food diet, and the culture makes it okay. The culture makes it okay. Reeling it back to how we just discussed about our community, we're overeating, overindulging in the higher processed foods, and we're not as active. Shout out to Brittany. She says they were more active back then as well. See, we're not even as active nowadays. Remember what John F. Kennedy, his promotion to make America more healthy again, was to make sure that our activity, our PEs in high school, he wanted to make sure our benchmarks were at a higher rate, because he wanted to make sure that our health as a culture was important, and it is, and it should be. But now we're lacking in that. Kids nowadays can barely do push-ups. But back then, it was almost a requirement for you to make sure that you competed in the physical performance activity in class. And nowadays, as a culture, it's not like that. It's not like that. And that also brings me up a really, really great video on the quality of protein. And we're going to get into protein. We're really going to speak about the different types of protein and how these things benefit us. And we're going to start with Sal Destano. Shout out to Sal Destano, man. He has a podcast called Mind Pump Theory. And he's talking about protein that burns fat. So I want to play this video. Let me know if you guys can hear it in the comment section. Instagram. So I'm going to share my screen so that way you guys can see it on YouTube. I'm going to turn the volume up so my guys can hear it on Instagram. And let me know what you think about what he says about protein and fat burning.
Even in the context of controlled calories, meaning you got two groups of people eating the same calories, but one group is high protein, the other one is low or moderate protein. Even though they're the same calories, the high protein group always leads to more muscle and less body fat. In other words, eating more protein, even with the same calories, will result in more fat loss and more muscle gain, or at least muscle preservation.
You hear that? A higher protein diet typically will enhance your results even without changing your calorie count. This is important because the more muscle you have, the less fat you'll have biologically. You dig? Having more protein in your diet helps boost fat loss. Okay? Protein, check this out, isn't just about muscle. It also supports the fat loss by maintaining a lean body mass and increasing your calorie burn through digestion, which is the thermic effect of food. I know I just discussed this when we talked about getting your body into a fat burning state. You have to have more muscle than you do fat. So when you eat the foods that are going to fuel that result or that outcome, that helps you push to that outcome, and your body now will go into a fat burning stage. I'm gonna tell you, when I went mostly plant-based, I did not know what to eat. So when I found out what to eat more of, now I was able to eat lower calorie foods. Check it out. Because when you do naturally plant-based, you automatically lower your calories. Whole food, plant-based will automatically lower your calories. Now, to increase your protein, you have to eat the protein-rich foods. Perfect example. I'm going to give y'all a gem that y'all didn't know, but I'm going to fix my light first. Now, there's something called a complete protein. Complete proteins give you, but before I say that, what makes up a complete protein? 9 essential amino acids. 9 essential amino acids. That gives you a complete protein. Plant-based, a lot of plant-based foods do not have a complete protein. They're incomplete because they're lacking some type of amino acid. I'm gonna give you an example. Chickpeas has all of the amino acids except for one. Which one does it not contain? Methionine. Well, Cobe, how do I get methionine if I'm mostly plant-based? I'm gonna give you an example. Quinoa has all the amino acids and gives it a complete protein. The only thing is, it's not as much protein as you were to eat some fish. When you combine quinoa with chickpeas, you now have a complete protein and just as much protein as if you were to eat a slab of salmon. You now have a high quality protein once you combine the two. But here's the thing. Now it's lower in calories and you fuel yourself with energy due to the healthy carbs, the complex carbs, which also fuels into weight or fat loss because you're using that as your energy source. And since it's a plant-based, it burns cleaner. Uh-oh, I just gave y'all the gem. It's just like if you go and fill your car with a high quality fuel. When you fill your car with high quality fuel, it burns cleaner. So when you take on plant-based, you have a much cleaner source of protein that's at a little bit lower calories, but higher in the macros of protein to build muscle and to cut the fat. Uh-oh, I just gave y'all the gem. So how do you do that to gain the weight? Let me tell you something. This is why you need to track your foods. When your body only takes in about 25 grams of protein per sitting, let's say your quinoa and your chickpeas, if you're getting 30 grams of protein right there, your body's more apt to take it. And what you do is you spread your protein out throughout the day so that way your body can take your protein in more than one sitting. So you're increasing your chance of getting more protein with lowering your calories. So you can now go into a fat loss state instead of a weight loss state. But this is why you got to work out. When you work out, now you can start to build the muscle. You can start to get more cut along the way. Shout out to Roxy, man. It's been a minute. What's going on, Shawty? I do agree with you. Yep, it's absolutely. And so this is why it's important to stay active. If you're gonna talk to people about eating protein and you're not active, I don't want to hear it. You can still be overweight because you're not moving your body. You can say, "Oh, I eat chicken, this, that, and the third." Well, I know you're eating more than that. You're probably eating high processed foods as well, and I guarantee you that you're not moving your body. So you can have a slab of salmon just because it's higher in protein doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna look jacked. You need to work out. You got to work for that. So you can't sit on your butt, be lazy, and expect to get six-pack abs just because you eat meat. It's not true. And that's not true at all. You got to do the work. And just because you're plant-based doesn't mean that you have a lower amount of protein. You just need a wide variety of food. Then now here's the thing. So Kobe, why do I say all this? Why are you even telling me all this stuff, right? Because the answer would be to eat a wide variety of foods for people who don't necessarily eat meat. But this is something I always say. You should have a wide variety of foods anyway, because the foods you eat also provide additional benefits in different forms of vitamins and minerals. Vitamin K, vitamin A, vitamin C. Eat your oranges, eat your mangoes. I'm gonna give you another example. How do you trick your body to absorb more protein in one sitting? Here's something you can take home with you. You can plan more protein consumptions in one meal if your body can produce proteins-rich foods. Well, what is that, Kobe? Proteins it's a digestive enzyme. Digestive enzyme specifically that helps you break down protein into small peptides and amino acids for better protein absorption. Well, how can I increase that? I'm gonna tell you. This is why God is so good. Lord, have mercy. I hope y'all went to church, because if y'all didn't, y'all about to be in church today. Proteins increases when you eat foods like kiwi, mango, papaya, pineapple, and figs. For my plant-based folks, you can now absorb more protein with these tips. I just gave y'all the gem right there. I just gave y'all the gem. So what exactly is protein? In my law of defense, protein is just what helps you feel full. That's generally what it is. Most things that are high in satiety will help you feel full for the long term. Potatoes, mushrooms, these things have high satiety levels. You dig? And here's something else that I want to, and this is why I say it's big on working out. You have to work out not just to help out with your food, but you also want to eat it. You also want to be fit because your bones and your muscles help you age gracefully. And I'm going to show you a video. And shout out to Nice and Neat Podcast. Those brothers are doing really good. If you guys are not following them, make sure you guys are following them at Nice and Neat Podcast. So for my ones that are listening to it on IG, if you want to see it, switch over to my YouTube at Rise and Rise Academy so you can see the video. If you're not able to, and if you're just being able to listen to it on IG, then I'll turn the volume up so you guys can hear it. Just put a thumbs up if you can hear it. Shout out to my guy Amir in the building, man. Time to tune in. What's good, bro? Listen, man, we having an amazing day. You dig? And man, listen, man, we're gonna get it in this weekend, bro. So I'm gonna definitely tap in with you, fam, in a real way. All right, so let me go ahead and continue with the video. Let me know if you guys can hear it in the comment section. Let's go.
Older, man, our muscles deteriorate.
Yep.
Right. So we need as much muscle as possible right now when we're young. We need to build as much muscle so we have reserve when we get older.
Not even that too, like you lose bone density. Strength training is going to help protect you as you age.
For sure. The yoga helps as well. Okay. Pilates helps as well. But if it was one thing, I would tell anybody, yo, you could go stretch in the gym. You could go stretch after you lift weights. Strength train, go do cardio, walk, run a little bit, jump a little bit, and you're going to be good. Do your dynamic warm-ups, you're going to be good. All right. And if you want to do Pilates on the side to maximize your gains, and then cool. As we get older, man.
So these guys gave great advice. Shout out to the Nice and Neat Podcast. You dig? And they discussed it, and I think they touched on it briefly, but everything falls into line with what they're saying. Strength training helps out your bones and longevity. They also talk about stretching. If you're going to work out hard, you got to recover just as the equivalent of it. So work out hard, play hard. You got to recover just as good. Sleep, get an adequate amount of sleep, stretching, foam rolling, using the tennis ball to get the details of the knots. So if you have some soreness, a lot of soreness to the point where you can't work out like that, you need to recover. So prime example, I used to have issues whenever I would use deadlift. When I would deadlift heavy and I would have lower back pain. Part of the reason because I wasn't deadlifting properly. And I know I discussed that on my previous podcast where I spoke about if you're going to deadlift, do it properly. Now, what I did was I started to do proper warm-ups, and that's what they talked about, doing dynamic warm-ups before you work out. I started to do dead hangs to help decrease the pressure of my spine so I could feel lighter. Number one. Number two, I used to warm my lats up before I did deadlift, so that way I can use more of my lats and my glutes, my lats first, so I can straighten my back out, so I can deadlift and thrust and use more of my glutes and my hamstrings and legs to push up the weight versus using my lower back. So you're still going to use a bit of your lower back, but it's not going to be as much as long as you do it properly. Okay. So dynamic warm-ups definitely helped out. I also use foam rolling. Foam rolling helped me out a ton because it helped knock the kinks out. It got me loose. It got my hips loose so I can have a deeper form position as I come up. And that also helped me out with squats to go into a deeper position so I can use more of my glutes, my hamstrings, and my legs in totality in a real way. And so this is something that's important because you want to do these things to protect you as you get older. So when you do get of age, you'll still be able to use your body and you won't deteriorate as fast as someone who's not as active. So I want you guys to take in all the gems that I'm giving you guys. Take in all the gems I'm giving you guys so that way you can incorporate them into your lifestyle. Eat a mostly plant-based diet. You do not have to worry about not having enough protein. So I just gave y'all a gem. If you combine incomplete proteins with complete proteins, you get a complete protein. And then you increase the amount that you eat that's lower in calories due to the fact that you're mostly plant-based. You're automatically going to lower your calories that way because you're going to eat clean. You put more fruits into your diet. That also helps with your digestive enzymes to help you absorb more protein. So you have, and with the fitness aspect of it, you will put your body into a fat burning stage. Eat almost immediately. And here's the hardest part. The easy part is what I gave you. The hardest part is just staying consistent. Do it every day. I'd rather you go to the gym and not. I'd rather you. Let's say if you're not having a great day, if you're not feeling it like that, just go to the gym anyway and get a good workout in. You want to make sure that you are lifting weights. And I'm not saying go heavy, but do it for reps and do it for great volume and do it for great form. So that way your body can get used to you going to the workout. Like if I'm not feeling great, if I'm not going to go heavy, man, listen, I'll lighten that weight up and I'll make sure I do great form. I'll do eccentrics. I'll do drop sets. I'll do anything I possibly can to make sure I'm staying consistent with the gym. You dig? And so if you're looking to get into or know how to set up a good program, a good fitness program, tap in with me and I can help you set up your good fitness program and get you down the line step by step of the way. You dig what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy Amir, man. He says, I'm looking forward to it, man. Listen, I'm looking forward to this weekend, man. It's about to be legit and it's about to go down in a real way. So, man, shout out to everybody that tapped in with the show, man. Shout out to Tay. Shout out to my guy Mims. Shout out to my guy Amir. Shout out to Roxy. What's going on? Shout out to my co-host Brittany of the show. Shout out to my dog Jabardi from the Jabardi Tribe. Shout out to my man Ernest in the building. Shout out to Kristen. You dig what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to Charmaine in the building. Shout out to Kevin for tapping in, man. Always tapping in. Always showing love to everybody, man. So, again, if you guys are looking for that type of breakdown, tap in with me on IG at King Alajuwan 21. Tap in with me on Facebook at Rise and Rise Academy, and also tap in with me on YouTube at Rise and Rise Academy. So long story short, man, in summary, in totality, I think, and listen, man, I agree with my brother Chris, bro. I agree with my brother Chris. This needs to stop. Listen, we do not need to promote and condone an unhealthy lifestyle at all. We need to condone a healthy lifestyle, because if we don't promote a healthy lifestyle, it is going to get us into the current stage that we're in today. And I'm going to show one more viral video, man, because he did more than one viral video. So I want to just play this real quick and we'll stop it at here. But it was so good that he had to do a part 2. So this was really, really good one right here. So let me share my screen real quick. Let me know if you guys can hear it in the comment section, because like I said, it's getting out of hand, man. And I cannot believe that we condone this mess. All right, here we go. Let's go.
Let's be real. College ages 18 to 22. How is it this many big bag women that young? What school is this? Big Bag University? FSU, Fupa State University? TRTU, Thighs Rub Together University? SILU, Stomach and the Leggings University? And they lucky they going down the steps versus up the steps. They probably would have passed out. NCU, No Cardiovascular University. WTU, Waist Trainer University. You know they got unlimited flex points at the calf. They in there 4 times a day. BPU, Body Positivity University. XXXXL University. But nah, all seriousness, this is ridiculous though. Like, what are y'all doing in high school and college, and what are the eating habits like? I gotta look at the parents. They said HBCUs got the baddest women out, not the fattest women out. I'm transferring. Like, it's one thing if you had a couple kids working 9 to 5 and you let yourself go.
Man, listen, he is on to something. Honestly, you would have thought that a lot of these, to me, I would have thought there's 40 plus. I'd have thought 40 plus, not 22. I can't see 22. But he's speaking about something real. But here's the thing about it. If you check the comment section, they're going in on him. He said, look at this comment. The video is lame. I can't believe I wasted 10 seconds of my life. Look at this. This whole video is tacky. You really took the time to attack the kids. No. He is attacking the fact that there should not be this much overweight activity going on at this early an age. He may be going in, but he's rightfully to do going in because it is actually out of hand. I mean, this really almost looks silly. It really almost looks silly. When we think of cheerleading, when we think of dance teams and all that stuff, And I'm not listen to this. He didn't call none of the ladies ugly. None of these ladies are ugly. He's not talking about that. He's talking about the weight issue. There is clearly a weight issue here. And I think anybody that can see this can clearly see what this is talking about. We should not condone this as unhealthy. Listen, when we think of cheerleaders, we have got to put in our mind as fit. This looks like almost like a circus show because it's the opposite of what it should be. It's a complete opposite of it. You dig? Look at the comments. They are going in on him about this. This is horrible and it feels uncomfortable to insult black women this way. He's not insulting black women. This is about a weight issue. This is a weight issue, but people are taking this on as a black and white thing. And this is not a black and white thing. This is 100% a health issue. They could have been any color and it would have been the same thing. Now, it's unfortunate that it's an HBCU, but it is an issue in the HBCU. And so we do have to discuss. We have to discuss this. But here's the unfortunate part. Why is this looked down upon when we know it is a clear issue? How are we going to sit up here and not, or how are we going to sit up here and ignore the fact that no one is speaking about, damn, you know what? Maybe this is a weight issue. Sisters, brothers, we need to do better. No. It's almost like we're coddling and we're holding and trying to comfort the weight issue. There's no way that we should be condoning and coddling and singing lullabies to overweight activity. Shout out to me. It said Big Bag University. Man, listen. But it's the truth because it literally looks like that. Look at this. There are rows of chicks who are clearly just overweight.
But this is too young and it's no excuse for it.
This is
and you know I'm gonna tell the truth. And you know.
All right, Amir, for real. Do any of these women really look like they're 22 based on weight? There should be no type of no. Anyone defending this has low standards. And that's my point. This is my whole point. We should not condone low standards, bruh. Shout out to Magic Boy. He says very serious health issue at that age, bruh. This is why he brought up a good point. He's joking about it, but he's also saying, like, listen, I can understand and giving grace if you had some kids, if you're going through some stress in your life, because we know stress causes issues. We know that kids, I mean, I'm not going to blame the kids. I'm just saying if I can give grace, I'm trying to work with you here. Maybe I can understand why the weight is there. At 22, 18 years old, you should not be this obese. That has got to do everything about how we are raising our kids. How we're raising our kids. To condone it, this is the low standard in the community. Thank you, Amir. They look 40. And see, we're not calling them. And here's the thing. Look at this comment. Instead, why don't you focus on the lack of health eating choices in predominantly black urban areas, which is a vestige of systematic racism instead of attacking body types. What? He's literally talking about the issue right here. This is a health eating issue. There's no stress at 18, 22 that's going to make you like this. This is complete unhealthiness. This is completely unhealthy eating right here. There's nothing about racism in this video when we're talking about health. Health has no color. Health has absolutely no color. We just have to do better as an overall as people. You dig? Damn, he going in. Obesity has been promoted in mainstream. And for real, this is why I say the culture is diminishing, because if we can sit up here and be okay and push overweight into the culture as being okay. Listen, I'm gonna give you something. I'm gonna give you something, Brittany, and go look at this too. Think about when Lizzo came on the scene, they promoted body positivity about how great it is and how great you are. Don't worry about you being overweight and all this stuff. That is doing a disservice to our community because we're already as a whole overweight. Now we're trying to make it okay because you don't want to hurt their feelings. So now you're putting them at risk for diabetes. You're putting them at risk for cardiovascular issues. You're putting them at risk and cardiovascular chronic issues, weight chronic issues. These things also, when you condone all this extra eating and sugars and things like that, that's also going to condone the depression rate, because what I just read y'all, the higher the sugar rate, you increase your what was it? Let me read it exactly. You increase the fact that you get depressed by 31% just by eating sugary foods. I mean, that's ridiculous. Shout out to K. What's going on with you, Jordan? I agree, Brittany. And see, that's the thing. And it's ridiculous because if we're condoning this, back to the Lizzo story, you know she's on her weight loss journey at this very moment. They have told this girl so much about how body positivity was. That girl wasn't really happy. She was not happy. Shout out to Tay. She says it's hormones and processed foods. I think it's also unhealthy habits of fitness. I don't think these girls are as fit. I don't think they're making the right healthy choices in eating as well. That's just too much eating. It's too much of the bad eating. It's too that's mostly what that is. I think hormones are going to also be a factor in this, and it's going to make it harder for them to lose that weight because they've been so used to it this whole time. Shout out to Jabari. He says, and now Lizzo has leaned up and they are hating against being a better person. See, and that's what I was getting to, Jabari, about the Lizzo story. Lizzo was, I'm not going to say she was depressed. I don't know her, but I will say this. I know, and I will say this, based on the numbers, she had a higher increased chance of depression. I mean, for her to go and now try to lose the weight, they're shaming her to lose weight. It proves actually your point, Brittany, because in mainstream we push obesity. But here's the crazy part. They push obesity so much, but it's worse in our community. They pushed it on Lizzo and mad at her for losing the weight. We're talking about overweight ladies in college, and this brother is getting attacked. Look at this comment. I hope God softens your heart. Can you believe this? How are you going to bring God into this? God has nothing to do with these people overeating. They have got to stop. Charmaine Stupid said PR, for real. But that ties into Big Pharma agenda. If they promote unhealthy images such as obesity, then they continue to make money off the related health issues that follow such lifestyles. Let me read that one more time just in case y'all didn't get that. That ties into Big Pharma agenda. If they promote unhealthy images such as obesity, then they continue to make money off the related health issues that follow such lifestyle. Listen, we talk about this, and I talk about this often. It will behoove them to tell y'all and show y'all the truth in plain sight. I'm gonna give y'all an example. We all know that McDonald's always sells the food that's not necessarily the best and healthy for us. We all know this. We also all know that it's not actual real burgers that we're eating or chicken nuggets. It's not real meat at all. And we still eat it. We still condone it and promote it within ourselves because it's more convenient. And so what they do is they promote laziness. So you're not cooking. So that what you do go out and go get the fast food because you want to go out there and eat something because you are hungry, but it's higher processed food. So it's higher calories. Shout out to Tay, processed foods, higher calories. You don't need to eat that much, but you're eating a lot because you're not fueling your body. You're not getting your vitamins. So you think you're hungry, but in actuality, your body is starving for hydration. Your body's starving for your minerals that you're not giving them. Why? Because you're too lazy to get up and actually go and eat the foods and prepare your foods back then, like how we used to how we are now. And you're not getting the good quality and dense proteins, not good quality, good dense vitamins and minerals like we should be getting. And Big Pharma is pushing out, oh, you don't have time to cook. Go ahead and just go to fast food. It's right down the street. We have eating at our hands so disposable that we take it. Tupac actually, he had an interview back then. We're in a stage where the mindsets are like, gimme, 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 gimme. We're always taking. We're consumers. We're consumers, y'all, and they are the ones that's producing and selling to our consumer selves, and we're spending all this money to consume something that's actually deteriorating us long term because they're not promoting health, not actual fitness health. They're not promoting good vitamins. They're not promoting good quality proteins. They're not promoting anything, not Big Pharma. So it's our responsibility to promote healthiness. This is why I do my show, The Real Healthiness. You got to go outside and walk. You got to get out there and run. You got to get out there and pump some weight. That's going to take work. So you cannot be lazy to do this. And this is why the culture is so lacking, because we're in a phase where we're actually not working hard. We think we're working hard, and they're making us think that we're eating healthy. They're making us think that we're fit, but we're so behind, y'all. Especially us in our culture. We're so behind, it's not even funny. Listen, I hate to throw this number out there, but it's real. Most of us, as far as the Black community, are overweight. 80% of the overweight category is actually obese. I heard a video where this lady was discussing her weight, and she was discussing the fact that even though she weighed a lot, her excuse to condone this was because, even though I weighed 170, now mind you, this lady was 5'3". She said she weighed 175 pounds, but she didn't feel like she needed to lose the weight because the fat was in places that she felt like was okay. So she had a big butt. Listen, that was enough for her to not lose weight. 175 pounds on 5'3" is still obese. Your insides are not okay with what your mindset is saying. And this is why we are failing as a culture, because the only people that think like this really, for the most part, is us. Nah. This is what you get. This video purposely is showing y'all exactly what that lady was speaking about. These people are trying to hate on this man for calling out the truth and turning it into something that's completely opposite of what he said. Listen to this. Check this out. Missed on this one, fam. I don't see an issue here. It is sad. It's sad that we have this mindset here. I can't see it. But guess what? We're actually going to talk about this Saturday. We're really going to discuss this Saturday, man. We're going to have him on. So if you guys are free Saturday, come on to Rise and Rise Academy. We're going to discuss this a little bit deeper, man, on a new segment we call Kicking It with Cobe on the weekends. You dig? So if y'all want to kick it with Cobe on the weekends, man, make sure you guys tap in this weekend for a really great show. Me and Chris are going to give a breakdown, man. It's about to go down in a real way. They are hating against her being better. That's real. Shout out to Amir. He says, it's not godly to be overweight. Man, I'm going to leave that comment up as we exit, because the truth is, Amir, you are so right. But it's godly to put and set ourselves in the best image. We have to put ourselves in the best image. And being overweight gives you a lesser than image. So it's not godly. You're exactly right. And we need to promote the healthiness, and we need to promote it in a good way. And we need to make sure we're speaking against what's holding us back 100% of the way. So, man, we're going to get up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody for joining in on this show. This was a great topic. Make sure you guys are coming in on Saturday, because we're going to have a deep discussion about this. This overweight stuff is getting out of hand, and criticizing this brother for telling the truth is the complete opposite. And we're going to talk about this. We're really going to discuss how people are thinking that this is tacky. We're really going to break this down, man. So for anybody that wants to come to my Rise and Rise Academy YouTube show that I got going Saturday. I'm going to promote it so you guys can come and enjoy, tune in, join in on the discussion like we always do. You dig, in a real way, and it's going to be nice. So thank y'all for tuning in on the show, man. when we're faced with an obstacle, you already know how we roll. We rise. We rise. Hey. Let's go. Let go.